Hey guys, how's it going? Savage Planet here. Today in this video I'm going to be talking about the top 5 scams that people will try to pull on you. I've also updated this list because of the new update, because the trading is different and has been updated. So I took that into account with this video. So enjoy. Hopefully this helps you to not get scammed. And yeah, here we go. So number 5 has got to be the taking and removing of items. Now this was more prominent in the old version of trading in Rocket League, when you could actually like hide items by putting more than 10, because you had to scroll up to see. So what people would do is they would put a really awesome item such as a mystery decal or maybe an exotic wheels painted as the first item, and then you put all these crap items like limited, uncommons, and then they secretly take off the first item, and unless you scroll up to see it, you would assume that it's still there. Then you accept, and then you realize after the fact that you've been scammed. This is a very popular one. It was changed though now because of the new update. Now you don't have to scroll anymore, all the items are visible. But what I've been seeing is that people are kind of using a similar tactic. Instead of adding and removing the old way with the scrolling, because there's so many items visible, the items are very small. So what people will do is the exact same thing. While they think you're distracted, either adding more items or typing, they will take off an item and add another one, hoping that you don't notice. Now this is a scam that's not going to work as good as it did in the past, but nevertheless, people have tried it on me already, so just be aware. Alright, number 4, painted versus not painted items. This has been, again, a popular one since the last update, but on this update it's even worse. So because the items are so small in the the trading board when you're trading, it's sometimes very hard to tell if an item is indeed painted or not. The best way to avoid this scam is just always, on PS4, it's pressing the L3 analog stick, but make sure you click to view details, because that will tell you whether it's painted or not, or what color it's painted. A lot of times, I know one thing that people would do is, it's never happened to me, but people will pretend that gray Zombas are actually black Zombas because they look so similar. And because of the new update, it's much harder to see it without actually pressing the details, because they're so small in the trading board. That's actually one thing I really don't like about the new update, is how small the items are in the trading. So yeah, something to watch out for. Make sure before you accept, you click details and you make sure all of them are painted, either painted that you think are painted, or make sure they're painted the right color. Alright, number 3, the good old duplicating trick. So you can't duplicate items, okay? A lot of big YouTubers such as Pick-a-Pixel and other YouTubers have smashed this, busted this myth, I should say, not smashed, busted this myth, proving that you can't duplicate. How people get your items is essentially they say one of two things. They say, hey, give me an item and I'll duplicate it for you, or they say something along the lines of, okay, I need you to hit accept and then go to your home screen, and while you're at your home screen and you can't see the trade, they press accept and they steal your items. So any person that's claiming they can duplicate, just straight up don't believe them, because they're lying. Tough loss, tough loss. Alright guys, so number 2, people telling you that they'll give you more items tomorrow. So this has been a common scam for a while. It doesn't really change with the update, but nonetheless it is one you gotta watch out for. This is a scam where people tell you that their really good items or their keys are on a 1 or 2 day limit because they just opened some crates this week. Or bought more keys. Don't believe them. Kind of similar to the glitching one. If someone tells you that they'll give you more tomorrow, I've never heard of a case where someone actually gave more tomorrow. They are always lying. and it's one of the most common scams, so just try not to fall for it, because it's gonna stink when, you know, you try to get the items that you deserve and you straight up don't. So that one's pretty simple. Just if someone tells you that they're gonna give you more tomorrow, know that they are absolutely lying and that they do not intend on doing that whatsoever. So this brings us to the #1 new scam since the update, and that has got to be telling you that they'll give you more items in another trade. So basically how this scam works is that you have a really good item such as a mystery decal or painted exotic wheels, and they want to trade you somewhere around 40 or 50 items. Usually it's crates, sometimes keys, and you say, yeah, you know, I'll do that. I will give you my certified, you know, mystery decal for, let's hypothetically say, 40 keys. So this game used to not be as relevant before the update because you could add up to 50 things in your trade box, but now you can only add up to 30. So what people will say is, alright, I'll give you 10 keys now, you give me the mystery decal, and then you'll give you another 30 right after. And then, you know, you do the trade, you give the mystery decal, you get the 10 keys, and then they leave. So you accidentally, you know, essentially trade your good item for way less than it's worth. I've seen this used with uncommons. Another popular way to do this scam is if someone wants to give you like 50 crates for a great item, because people are always looking to trade, you know, masses of crates who don't want to buy keys. Again, don't fall for it. Definitely, you know, don't fall for it. Definitely just be aware. And the thing with this scam is that it works both ways, whether you have the item or you're trying to get the item. I've seen people who lost their, you know, painted zombas or certified mystery decals because they said they were going to give them, you know, 40 keys, and they end up getting the first 10 and then they leave. But it also works in the same way if you tell someone that, hey, I want your, you know, painted exotics, and they say, okay, I want, you know, 60 crates, and then you give them 30 and they say, oh, I'll give you the painted exotics in the next trade, and then you give them the first 30 crates and then they leave. So this is something, it's something that's very hard to avoid, because there are definitely items that are worth 60 keys, or, I mean, there are definitely items that are worth more than 30, definitely. And there's definitely items that are worth more than 30 crates. It's one of those things where I just would recommend staying away from it. If your deal requires a 2-part deal, I would tell you to go on either Reddit or some other form of Rocket League, you know, fan board or something, and get a good middleman, because getting a good middleman can be the difference between you losing your items or you know, getting the trade that you want. So that is something I would definitely recommend. Any trade that requires you to do 2 parts, again, I highly encourage you to not do it, especially if it's with a stranger that you just met in a game. Because that's where most of the scams happen. They mostly happen when you just meet someone randomly in a game and they want to trade, and you end up getting scammed, unfortunately. So this game's coming to an end, and the video's coming to an end. I just want to thank you guys for watching once again. I greatly appreciate all the support. Make sure you subscribe for more content. As more scams become relevant, I'll be talking about them even more. So just be aware for that. And I'm also giving away some white zombas, so make sure you subscribe, and make sure you tune into a stream. I stream a lot with my team, so that's too bad. I stream a lot with my team, so make sure you just keep in touch. Feel free to friend me on PS4 or send me a message or comment something, you know, give me a recommendation for a video or a challenge. Always down. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching the video, and have a good one.